So you guys, this is going to be a really hard story for me to tell on my channel. This is basically my biggest hidden secret about my pregnancy. So a lot of people told me that I shouldn't tell anybody and I should keep it to myself. But I decided that I'm going to share my story with you guys, and hopefully you guys do not judge me as I tell you my full story. I'm on it, I want it, but why do you seem to call in your eyes? I can't tell if you're here or you're out there. So my entire pregnancy story starts when I would say about 9 years ago. This was back when I was diagnosed with tumors inside of my uterus. So back then I was really young, and doctors could not believe that I could have tumors. I mean, you're a young adult, you're not supposed to have that type of stuff. But I ended up having it, and 4 years after I got my diagnosis, I had surgery to get them removed. Now, I always knew that they could come back at any time because the doctor said that this surgery was just temporary. So years later, in 2018, I got pregnant with my first baby. That was the most amazing time of my life, you guys, but it sadly ended when my baby passed away. So you guys, I'm getting super emotional right now, so I'm so sorry that I'm not talking so loud right now, but I don't know, just emotionally, I am drained. Like, I've been going through this for so many months, and to lose anyone or anything in your life is heartbreaking because I wanted this baby so much. I'm just gonna say that I just really miss my baby. Like, I just really miss being pregnant so much. So I was pregnant, living my best life, and I went to go get an ultrasound done, and come to find out, they found that the tumors that I had before grew back, but this time it was a huge tumor inside of my stomach that was literally on top of the baby, which caused the baby to have so many different troubles. And that is how I believe that the baby did not survive at that time. Months have passed by and the baby never left my body. The baby was gone, but he was still inside of my body and he would not leave. So January of 2019, I was still technically pregnant, even though my baby had passed away in my stomach. So to fast forward, I was sitting in my house during this time, and I just remember going through so much pain. I was bleeding so much and losing so much blood, I didn't know what to do. So I called my father came over here, and also my stepmother came over here as well, and they were here with me, and I just realized that I was throwing up so much stuff. I wasn't eating, but I kept throwing up the acid in my stomach, the things that was in my stomach, and I'm bleeding. So I decided to call 911. That's when I got rushed to the emergency room, and when I get to the emergency room, luckily I got there in time, because not only did I have some type of infection inside of my body that could have literally killed me, I also was losing so much blood that I had to get 2 blood transfusions inside of the hospital. So when I was sitting in the hospital, I got my blood transfusions, and I just remember thinking, like, they're pumping all of these people's blood inside of my body, and like, what is the side effects of this? No one could really tell me what the side effects was, but they could tell me that if I didn't get this blood, then I may not survive. So after I got the blood, I ended up getting surgery, I believe 2 days after the transfusion, and they removed the rest of the baby outside of my body. So then me and my fiance, we decided that we still wanted to try for a child, even though I knew it was so many complications that could have happened, because, you know, the tumors that I was having could have grew back again, and it could have been complicated. So we decided to go to a fertility doctor. Now, this lady, she was amazing. Okay, she was incredible. But when we went to this fertility doctor, she looked inside of me and she told me the truth. She said, "These tumors are way too big. We have to give you another surgery." So I had surgery of January of 2019. Then months later, I ended up having to have surgery again. Before I got surgery, the doctor ended up drawing my blood and testing me for things. When they drew my blood, my entire life was about to change, because they found out that I had a blood disorder that I had been battling for the last few months. Now, I got this blood disorder from the blood transfusions that I had in the hospital, and I had no idea that this was happening to me. The fertility doctor said she can do my surgery, but she doesn't know anything about this blood disorder, and this blood disorder could cause me to not get pregnant in the future or cause really bad complications with my pregnancy in the future. So she did not know what she was doing, you know, when it comes to that. So she decided that we should go see a high-risk pregnancy doctor before we even got pregnant. So I ended up getting that surgery, got my tumors removed, and after that we went to go see the high-risk doctor. I remember walking into her office for the first time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Like, how do I tell this lady that I'm ready to have a baby, but I have all of these medical conditions? Like, how do you do this? How do you process the words to tell this lady this? Like, is she going to judge me? Is she going to tell me that, oh no, you shouldn't try to get pregnant, or like shut down my dream of being a mother? What is she going to say? That is how I was feeling when I walked into her office. So when I get there to her office, me and my fiance is sitting inside of this doctor's office, and she looks us in the eyes and she says, the blood condition that you have could literally cause something to happen to you or something to happen to the baby during pregnancy. This is a very serious disorder, and throughout your entire pregnancy, you're going to have to be monitored if you do decide to get pregnant again. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, we really have this big decision to make. Me and my fiance, we need to know for sure if this is what we want to do. Do we want to have another baby and try again and maybe have complications and maybe something happened to me or even the baby? Like, did we really want to do this? I just remember looking into my fiance's eyes and telling him, I really want to be a mother. Like, that is my dream. I really want to be a mother. And I looked at him and I can see that he really wanted to be a father so much. No matter what it was going to take, no matter what anybody was going to say, I was going to put myself through pregnancy again if that was the last thing that I was going to do. We made that decision that day that we were going to try to get pregnant again. It wasn't that many months off of my last pregnancy, but we made this decision because we didn't know how long it was going to take for us to get pregnant, and it could have took a really long time. And people were even telling us this, that it could take up to a year for us to get pregnant. No, you guys, that is not how it happened at all. I am talking about, we decided to get pregnant, and all of a sudden, the first time we decided to get pregnant, we got pregnant.
This means there's a baby on the way? Oh my God, KiKi!
Put a bun in the
So to fast forward, I am currently now pregnant. I am actually having my baby tomorrow, which is crazy to me. This pregnancy has been absolutely amazing. All of the things that the doctors were saying about being scared and things happening and stuff, nothing happened to me or the baby with this blood disorder. Actually, the blood disorder ended up going really, really low, so low that they could hardly detect it in my body. Can we just say that that is just a miracle in itself? So as I was pregnant, you guys, another medical condition happened. So I got tested for gestational diabetes, and the test results came back that I do have gestational diabetes, which is a diabetes that you can get while you're pregnant, but it'll go away once the baby is born. So the doctor wanted me to take blood from my fingers 4 times a day, and I have been doing this for months now. But come to find out, you guys, I was able to manage my gestational diabetes by eating well and exercising. Like, it was so simple. Like, this pregnancy has been great, okay? Okay, my son is so big and juicy right now. We looked at him on the ultrasound and he's growing so much. What I am learning is, if you have a fear of something happening, do not allow that to stop you from doing what you want to do. Don't allow anything or anyone to stop you, because this was the best pregnancy that I could ever dream of. And tomorrow is the big day that's going to change my life forever.